Hey guys, first regardsman here, and I'll be talking about a Combi Flamer build for the Sniper class in Space Marine 2 patch 14.1. Now, we just got a hotfix today that's buffed up the Combi Flamer. They have made it so the bolter damage is like 10% higher, but it's really more like 8.3%, and the Pyroblast portion now has a much faster charge up. And these are both very substantial buffs. The Bolt Carbine damage here is now pretty similar to the Relic tier automatic. It's a little bit below that, but really not in a significant way. And also, the charge up time of your flamethrower being so much faster now, that means you can use this to basically instantaneously break your camo cloak and put this into cooldown and become the ultimate invisible flamethrower, which is pretty funny and a ton of fun to use. So this weapon is way stronger now, and we're gonna be building around that today. So first up, Headhunter for 10% more headshot damage. Into the perk here, Rapid Health, Home Precision. Then I grab the perk here, Divine Might, Headhunter and Headhunter again. Down here into Extended Magazine, Divine Might, Increased Capacity, Magazine Restoration, Adamantine Grip, and Divine Might as a final perk. Now, I have tested this a few times. If you want a higher conditional damage, you can take the perk Cleaving Fire here with Adamant Hunter into the perks here like a Gunstrike Reload or Recoupment. This will give you more damage if you just skip over one of the Divine Might perks down here for like Headhunter instead while it's actually active, and Adamant Hunter is a pretty strong perk, but today I just went for ammo. Now, as far as the secondary is concerned, now 4-4, who some of you may know, actually brought this to my attention in a recent video, that the Camo Cloak Lingering Concealment is currently broken with targeted shot, where the targeted shot buff here of 75% more damage in Camo Cloak is applying the entirety of Lingering Concealment, and for some reason this is applying to like pretty much every weapon in the game, so almost certainly a bug, but also this is applying to all the bolter secondary options, and for whatever reason it is not applying to the Heroic Bolt Pistol, even though this one is a very strong gun at the moment, but that's why we're taking this one here today. So if you want to check out his video using the Stalker Bolt Rifle with that, you can definitely do that. Now, as far as the perk tree is concerned here, I do take the Perpetual Precision first, moving here into the perk Headhunter. Then I grab Gunstrike Reload, Increased Capacity, the perk Headhunter again, into the most important perk here, the Lead Hunter, for a 50% headshot damage buff for 10 seconds on a Majora's melee kill. And the final perks are Headhunter, Extended Magazine, and Divine Might. Now, if you want more conditional damage here, you can go down here for Retaliation. This will give you a better damage option if you actually trigger this perk effect. That is up to you. Now, for the melee weapon, we just take the Argent Edge here. I mean, the Argent Edge is just the best weapon on Sniper, in my opinion. You really don't care too much about your melee attacks in the first place on these builds because the Bolt Carbine is just that strong, and so are your secondary options. And this thing is the perfect parry stick. The Heroic Perk effect gives you a stagger on every perfect parry, which will give you a Gunstrike opportunity to trigger other effects like Exacting Focus in your perk tree for 20% more range damage. And also, this just deals free damage on parry as well, and the parry window is identical to a block weapon, so overall great upside. Now, as far as the perk tree is concerned, we just go for all melee perks, the Perpetual Strength, into the perk here Kinetic Energy, a Perpetual Strength again, Heavy Onslaught, the perk here Reeling Blow, Shadow Stab, Tide of Battle, Shoulder Bash, and Terminus Slayer. Though I will say, if you want to skip over Shoulder Bash because you don't care for this, you can take Perpetual Strength again over here, or you can just go down here for Extremis Slayer and skip Terminus Slayer. But that's up to you, and that's all there is for this weapon build. Now, for the main perk tree, I do take the perk here Block Break. Shots will penetrate enemy block stances, dealing 50% of the usual damage. This perk is actually pretty damn good on the Sniper because ever since they buffed up the Camo Cloak, you are pretty much just chilling in camo all the time. All you have to do is just shoot your gun at like an enemy's face, and Sword Warriors are super obnoxious in this game, and this just allows you to sit there and just obliterate them. Though I will say, Melee Mastery is also a pretty strong perk effect. This is a 20% multiplicative melee damage increase to Majora's and higher enemies, though on the Argent Edge, I really don't care for melee that much, so I usually skip over this. Next perk here is Vantage Point. Remaining stationary for 2 seconds increases your ranged weapons damage by 20%. This is super easy to pull off and also affects your secondary here, so a really good damage increase. And adaptability, this perk is pretty good. I just don't care too much for it for the same reasons as Melee Mastery, and Melee Mastery is also the better perk effect of these two because of the damage calculation. Now, the next perk here is Dexterous Hands because it's the only one that affects Bolt Carbines in this column. Then we go here into the perk Squad Renewal because this perk just generates a stupid amount of value. because this will benefit you and your teammates. And the way the Camo Cloak works in this game is that at a certain point of Camo Cloak canceling, like immediately after you go into Cloak, you will start to just chunk down your Camo Cloak cooldown, so having the option to get it back, that is what keeps you alive in this game, because the only thing Sniper actually needs to win in Space Marine 2 is his Camo Cloak with Purification, because even with like a white combat knife, you would probably win the game eventually, as long as you have the option to cloak every single time. So a really top tier option for him. And also, if you get back your ability charge for your tactical on your team, I mean, Auspex Scan is fucking cracked, so this is just like a top tier option for a team buff as well. Next perk here is, of course, Purification. Manually activating Camo Cloak removes negative status effects and restores all contested health. Speaking of broken perks, this perk is like one of the best perks in the entire game. This just allows you to be a squid inking. You press your button one time, you go invulnerable off Emperor's Grace, and now you have all of your contested health back, so definitely pick this up. Next perk here is a Targeted Shot, for the reasons I previously mentioned. Into the perk here, Lingering Concealment and Pattern of Excellence. Now, if somebody's wondering, like in the future, oh, is like the Targeted Shot thing still working? It doesn't really matter. Like, this is what you would take anyways, because the intention of Targeted Shot as of like patch 11 plus was that this was supposed to have a lingering effect to actually be used on automatic weapons like the Combi Flamer and, more importantly, the Heroic Instigator and stuff like that. And because of that, they probably broke something here to make it function on lingering concealment the entire time. But either way, this perk is very strong, so if you're watching this in the future, you can definitely use this. Final perk here with Power of Excellence. I mean, 30-second Melta Bombs, Pyroblaster Canisters. I mean, honestly, 30-second Pyroblaster Canisters are super fun to use in this game, and this perk is top tier. Now, as far as prestige perks go, we of course take Emperor's Grace. Into the perk here, Versatile Precision, because this one says performing a kill with your secondary weapon restores 15% of your primary weapon's ammo. Cooldown is 15 seconds. So this will restore your Combi Flamer portion as well. So really easy to keep topped off, or keep yourself topped off, I should say, on the Pyroblaster here. So definitely pick this up. Then we go here into the perk Conviction for a 25% health damage reduction on Armor Break, because damage reduction in Space Marine 2 is just a godly effect, because the things that actually kill you in Space Marine 2 are usually stun locks, because this is a game where damage at certain points is unavoidable. So having the option to survive that damage and then recover with stuff like Purification, that is why damage reduction is a top tier effect. Now, the final perk is Exacting Focus. After a gun strike, you deal 20% more range damage for 10 seconds, and that is all there is in the prestige perk tree. I mean, you could skip over like Versatile Precision, I guess, if you want to take Indomitable Spirit or Exacting Focus, but honestly, this perk is just not worth taking, in my opinion, because invulnerability here already gives you no knockback immunity anyways. Now, that is pretty much all there is for the Combi Flamer build. This weapon feels way better now. I think this one's actually pretty equivalent to the Relic tiers here, and as far as the automatic versions go, I might just start taking this one in the future, because the magazine capacity on the Combi Flamer, it is superior to the base Relic tier, which is pretty funny, and the damage is really not that much lower at all anymore. And that is pretty much all I have to say in this one, guys. Hopefully this build guide helped you, and if you like content like this, subscribe for more. If you watch me live to ask you questions about the game, or just come hang out, you can find me here on YouTube or on Twitch with a link in the video description, and also a link to my community Discord. And as always, thank you for watching. Take it easy. Bye.
The Xenos infestation goes deep in this ship.
We shall rendezvous with you shortly.
Seems quiet so far. That will change.
Now, the warriors will get a damage reduction when they dodge like that, so if you've ever done a super heavy hitting attack in this game and then like, why did that warrior take no damage, or why did that lictor take no damage, it's because all the enemies in this game get a fat damage reduction.
Tyrannid infestation is revolting. Readying next volley.
Multiple contacts swarming our locus. What is your status, Talassa?
Nothing we cannot handle, Phaedrus.
Good. We have drawn their focus. Keep... We lost you, Phaedrus. Talassa, Combat Squad Heraton reporting. We lost Fox contact with Combat Squad Phaedrus. Do you know their status?
Our Vox link was interrupted a short while ago.
We must consider our brothers lost then. Our objective is to secure the cyclonic warheads at all costs, encountering heavy Tyrannid resistance. Warning appreciated, Heraton. Stand firm and fight hard.
The bulk carbine damage actually come down.
Even a dauntless class cruiser cannot withstand this much punishment. Stealth ready. Camilio line engaged. Camilio line cloak ready. Camilio line cloak activated. No wrong way to kill a Carnifex. Active camouflage charged. I am a phantom of death. Stealth ready. Buckle terrain. Ravener activity. We stand triumphant over the Combi line cloak ready. Synaptic servant slaughter. Our orders are clear. Advance. We can yet turn this loss into a victory.
It's a lot of random ass range guys here.
They shall not. Changing magazine. Active camouflage charged. Unseen, I stalk my target. Their numbers are no match for our trade. Readying next volley. Stealth ready. Camilio line cloak activated. Inserting fresh magazine. Active camouflage charged. Xenos scum on scope. Camilio line engaged.
Reverse power renewal is pretty important.
Tyrannies have no right for tactics.
So at a certain point, as you use your camo cloak, even if you cancel with your gun or your melee, it will start to chunk down your ammo.
Major organism sighted.
Combi flamers reach OP status. The damage is pretty much identical to a normal bolt carbine with a fatter magazine. The normal bolt carbine's a little bit bigger in damage, but
The weapons of an Imperial vessel are always an awe-inspiring sight.
All this firepower. We will afford this cruiser one last attack.
Fester and rot. See much abomination. Changing magazine.
the auxiliary mode now works with versatile precision and Emperor's Vengeance. There's no practical downside now. I didn't find it working at all in Emperor's Vengeance when I was doing it.
Cloak activated. Active camouflage charged. Ordnance out. I am a phantom of death. Tyrannies have no right for tactics.
I only found it working on this one.
Combat Squad Heraton reporting in. The bridge is lost, as are my squad brothers. I am cut off from our platform to the ordnance depot. Calculating a new route based on your report, Heraton. Standing by. Be advised. The cruiser's crew managed to execute security
Small eyes, shoot them. Liquor could not vanish from my sight. Readying next point. And numbers are no match for our trade. Out of ammunition.
It definitely works with on Emperor's Vengeance. I mean, I'll check it again.
Objective on the other side.
Talassa, commune with
I mean, you get it all back from
the
ammo
console in front of
caches,
you
which
to
is pretty
bypass
big.
the security protocols. Acknowledged. We will not need long.
We must activate power routers that match these symbols. Stealth ready. Alien bioform marked.
SG Versatile Precision does give it ammo. I mean, I know. That's why we're using this build. I thought about Emperor's Vengeance. When I was testing it out, it wasn't, but I'll try again.
Meteor line cloak ready.
It only gives 15% ammo on the Emperor's Vengeance perk. That makes sense. It was probably a very low number when I tried it out for a second.
Meteor line cloak activated. Tyrannies have no violent tactics. Stealth ready. I am a phantom of death.
Oh, I only have 2 shots. That's awkward. That's very awkward. There I was trying to just do my little purge.
Active camouflage charge. They shall not. Frag grenade.
Alright guys, let me click that link in chat. 1 second.
No match for our trade. Emilio line engage. Readying next volley. Emilio line cloak activated. The console displays the signs of the depowered components.
It's an A, and what's the other one?
That is a match.
Still ready to take the Relic Ammo Carbine. I mean, this one's damage is pretty much the same, and actually the magazine capacity on this is bigger. So you get 52 shots in a magazine. And burn is pretty strong. And also, one of the biggest downsides of a Argent Edgeville in general is having to deal with like tiny Minosaurs. That's not very good for that. I'm gonna parry them, but it just takes forever.
One router back online.
EX. No reason to take the accuracy carbine, never has been. Well, that's been true since the game came out almost.
Active camouflage charge. Fire on the gun beast. Spore line spotted. Fester and rot. Xenos abomination. Stealth ready. They shall not. foe before it calls for reinforcements. Find the markings that match the displayed symbols. Active camouflage charged. Rearming. Superior tactics bring victory over brute force. Familiar line will be ready. Familiar line cloak activated. Alien bioform eliminated. Active camouflage charged. Reloading. That was the last one. The system is responding.
Engineering networks coming back to functionality.
Machine spirit. Direct us towards the plasma core engines.
The lift platform is in transit. Arrival pending.
Alright, there we go.
The lift is here, brothers. Time to descend.
Attention boarding parties. We have confirmation that Combat Squad Phaedrus is lost. I need a mission status update from all remaining combat squads. Combat Squad Heraton here. Redirecting along newly advised path. Combat Squad Octavio reporting in. Cyclonic armament secured for now.
Cooling
Awesome.
hole looks like
You are nearing the reactor cooling hole.
Smells
Report
like
on its
one too.
condition when you arrive. All squads, we have updated our battle stratagems. Heraton, reinforce Octavio and protect the cyclonic armaments. Talassa, your new orders are to destabilize the reactor, cause a temperature spike, and the Tyranids may redirect their assault to you, buying Heraton and Octavio.
Since I started watching your streams and videos, I've gone back into the game again. I've had a lot of people tell me that, but like I get them into this game. It's like I guess that's good. It is good. I think content creators in general do that. I always think more content creators for a game is a good thing because it gets more people into the game.
Emergency blast shields retracting. Warning.
I think in the case of Darktide especially, prior to like Mr. E,
I need you to disable the entire cooling array. Concentrate fire on the exposed cooling
it was
pods.
really, I mean, it's still kind of that game between updates.
Vulnerable points.
Like prior to like Resident Evil Mr. E really locking down. Or actually locking in.
All fury and thunder. No tactics. Unseen, I stole my target. So exposed. Striking down in haste. Camellia line cloak ready.
FGG, your content is why I play most of the game. When I bought it, I only wanted to play the story. I thought I could help out, man. I mean, that's my goal most of the time, is to help people who are like, how am I going to do this?
Active camouflage charged.
I'm like, well, how do the modes in the game work? And I'm like, oh, well, this is one. That's why I made that new player guide a while back.
Fire on the exposed coolant rods. Inserting fresh packaging. Synaptic servant slaughtered. Unseen, I stalk my
Oh,
target.
here we go. Version.
Camellia line cloak ready. Rearming. A most impressive.
That already happened, Shotlander.
Camellia line cloak activated. Alien bioform eliminated.
It's called sponsorship. That loves creator freedom. I mean, not really. I mean, you can be sponsored by a company. I've never been sponsored by Saber, but having content creators for a game, it just brings people into a game in general because it gets people. Most of the time, they either get interested because I mean, humans are naturally drawn to community, right? Of some kind, and if there's a community of people that all like something, the chances of somebody finding like a video that's like, oh, this is really fun, and then playing that game,
Choke our rivers with their dead.
pretty high, you know. That is also why companies sponsor people. That also happens naturally in game communities where people are passionate. And what's a more passionate fan base than 40k? Not many.
Their numbers are no match for our trading. Inserting pressure.
Elements of the cooling rod
That burn.
are clogged.
Coolant rod crumbling.
Registering extreme temperature fluctuation. Plasma cooling efficacy severely reduced.
Excellent, Vitalasa. You will need to repeat the same process at the secondary.
Access granted to the bridge console.
On the note that people who were talking about the tactical perk reworks, I'm pretty sure precise calibration and concentrated fire are getting nerfed. I think they want to take away the most broken aspect of aspects and send it back to basics.
Active camouflage charged.
You make the game look easy. I mean, this is a pretty easy build. I say any sniper build purification is among the easiest. You only die on this via stun lock, really. Stun lock or if you get like randomly burst damage. It definitely happens. That's why damage reduction is so strong in Space Marine 2.
Identify blockages and remove
Because the Space Marine 2 is a game where sometimes you can't avoid damage, which naturally elevates damage reduction perks, because dead DPS is no DPS. And in most content in this game, the game is not at all a DPS race, it's a war of attrition. Also why the metas are so different for siege mode and operations.
Receives their aid. I am a phantom of death. Super. Filthy burrower eliminated.
Elements of the cooling rod array are clogged.
No more rods remain functional.
Temperatures at critical.
Also siege mode, yeah, in siege mode, you still take damage reduction, but you take damage capping items. So for example, you're taking things like focus restoration, that kind of stuff, because armor regen is pretty cracked in Space Marine 2, because it's the ultimate form of damage reduction. Because what's better than damage reduction? Taking 0 damage. So invulnerability mechanics, armor damage caps 100% of melee damage. So even if a melee enemy gets buffed up to the point they will literally one-shot you, and you have one sliver of armor remaining, doesn't matter.
Talassa, have you received word from our brother in combat squad Heraton? His approach
The ammo regen
vector
you get in
should
siege
have
also insane, yeah.
technical underbelly.
No, but
Yeah,
this
it
looks
is.
like the work of an ultramarine.
Understood. Be advised, we remain under heavy Tyranid assault.
The reactor's heat spike should draw some of the Xenos away from you and towards
Any particular video to watch for beginners to fast track learning the game? I have a whole beginner's guide
Detonate the cyclonic warhead.
to tell you everything you can know to get you started in this game.
Squad Octavio will redouble our efforts to draw the Tyranids away from your position instead. Octavio, unleash the Emperor's wrath on these brood-born vermin.
Emilio line cloak ready. Rearming.
How do you make sniper work? Okay, you hit Q. Well, you hit Q.
Emilio
You shoot your gun, blow up his brain. Shoot him again. You hit Q. Shoot him. Shoot your gun. Blow up his brain. Shoot me. Reload now. You hit Q. Shoot your gun.
Active camouflage charge. Readying next volley. They shall not see. Stealth ready. Camelio line engaged. Camelio line cloak ready.
Ow.
Tyranids have no hybrid tactics. Stealth ready.
This cloak cancel, you get it back so fast. Well, I mean, the moment you shoot your gun, your cloak goes on cooldown, and cloak only has a 90-second cooldown as of like past 12, which means if you have a lingering concealment to be invisible, you're just chilling.
Camelio line cloak activated. Active camouflage charged.
Though there is a max, like there's a point where the game will force you to lose chunks of your cooldown, and that's why squad renewal is so good.
Unseen eye stalk my target. Stealth ready. Readying next volley. Camelio line engaged. Psychiatric servant slaughtered. Inserting fresh magazine.
Sniper at level 1 works just fine. Yeah, honestly, as long as you take purification on this class, your perk setup doesn't really matter after that. Everything for that's just free damage.
Camelio line cloak ready. Rearming.
Talasa, we have lost contact with Heraton leader.
Camo cloak is the
And
best
Octavio
weapon for
was
sniper,
pinned
pretty
down.
much.
You must destabilize the plasma reactor. Our brothers from Phaedrus
I find myself using the
and
SMG on sniper more than the sniper. Well, it's his best weapon. Any of the carbines, full carbine, marksman carbine, instigator carbine, they're all better than the actual snipers on this class, which is quite funny. But what are you gonna do?
Remain on guard. Show and throw approaching. Active camouflage charged. Focus. The Tyranids tore through these servitors like they were paper. Readying next volley.
I love Biowars.
Stealth ready. Unseen eye stalk my target. Tyranid Biovore executed.
A fun fact they lied in the past notes, the carbine only deals 6.5% damage, which is a 8.3% increase, not 10%. It's pretty damn close to the relic tier when I was using it. So whatever they did to this thing, it's good.
Brothers, we are almost at the target.
That reactor must be
prime
destroyed.
sighted. What's
Honor
the
our
next
brothers. Honor our chapter.
Inserting fresh
Ow.
magazine. The prime is launching.
The invisible flamethrower. Imagine it's being lit on fire and you have no idea where the fire is. You just feel like a hot gust of air. Well, you know, I guess in this case a hot gust of actual flame, but...
is preparing an attack from above.
It's Jason, they're the $5. For Siege, is Lord Searcher's worth it? I mean, you can use whatever you want in Siege. I imagine you're not trying to push into like insanely high waves, so just take whatever you want. Block Hammer's definitely better, though, I would say, but... In terms of new content, patch 15 looks like it's only getting Chaos Siege mode. That's... We'll see what they do in the update. I have a feeling it's going to be a new operation.
Now, engage the console to cripple the reactor. And Talassa, when those magnetic stabilizers stop, prepare for rapid egress. Be advised, the gyroscopic containment shielding prevents...
One-hand Thunder Hammers will be ready for patch 15. I expected as much. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna get the Chaos Siege mode. They're probably gonna make one, but they're probably gonna add a new operation. I'd be pretty shocked if they didn't. Because we got the whole stratagems game mode and a new operation last time. I have a feeling people are going to be disappointed in the Chaos Siege. I've said this quite a bit, but it's just, I think people's expectations are a little high. It's pro spin-off mode.
Follow the designated evacuation routes immediately.
Active camouflage charge. Reload. Extraction point ahead.
Hurry! The cruiser has begun breaking apart. We will wait as long as we can. Reactor overheating. 10% of core integrity remains. If not for your valor.
Right, there we go. Actually, G, do you think they add an operation to come with its own specific boss? I mean, they said they would. There'll be 2 new bosses next year. Oh, 65,000 range damage.